Florida is special and actually unique compared to other states around the country. There is no place anywhere else in the world that has the concentration of springs that Florida has. Now we are slowly losing some of those springs.
We're at a pressure point in Florida, not that we haven't been. There's a book that was published in 1935. The title was called Florida, That Vanishing Eden. If we could transport ourselves back to Florida in 1935, we would think we were in Eden. Each subsequent generation adapts to less. Our mission is to remind people that not all is lost.
The Florida Defenders of the Environment is an organization that really defends all of Florida's environment, as it says. What that means is they're involved in advocacy, enrichment, and really just anything that involves the public. There's a lot of problems with the environment in Florida. It's been made worse in recent years, and we're trying to reverse that.
Our mission is to protect freshwater resources, to conserve public lands, and to provide a quality environmental education to the public.
From our inception, we've sort of been like a David and Goliath organization. We were started by Marjorie Harris Carr and volunteers. I mean, that's how we've always run, scientists, lawyers, and so forth, to take on the imminent threat of the Cross-Florida Barge Canal.
Started in the 1930s when we were in the Depression. It was just to put people to work. And after that, there was no more funding for it.
During that process, 2 little ditches were dug into the state with dikes or dams at each point. Our ongoing mission is to convince a new generation of Floridians that we are beyond the age of dams, especially a dam that never had a function. This is a dam that didn't produce electricity, it didn't do anything. It was going to be part of a canal system, which was stopped.
FD does have a lot of partnerships with other organizations, resulted in a lot of great activities like the Free the Ocklawaha campaign, which is to restore the Ocklawaha River to how it used to flow. Right now there's a huge dam in the way, which is really a problem. It's messing up the habitat, messing up the kind of fish and aquatic mammals that need it, and it really needs to be restored.
We've always had media education as part of our mission statement, to educate the people about the environment. My first involvement was a film with WUFT in 1981 called 7 Ways to Kill the Swanee. Since then, we've done other film projects on the Ocklawaha. The most recent was a symphony called Ocklawaha Tales My Father Told. John Gotch had been on that river as a kid, and then later in college saw the river before and after the dam, and the memories of that haunted him. We now like to refer to this whole system as the Great Florida Riverway. This is a riverway that begins with the Harris Chain of Lakes. It is fed by Silver Springs through the Silver River, which comes into the Ocklawaha, which then flows uniquely north into the St. Johns and ultimately into the ocean. You place a dam in the middle of that system, and everything up and down that system is impacted. Right now they're having a lot of problems near the estuary with the dying off of eelgrass. No grass, no fish. All of these species need a healthy system.
We don't need to remove the entire structure. It's about 5,000 feet across. Take 2,000 feet of it off so we can reestablish a channel and a little bit of a floodplain on either side of it. Species of fish and also manatees need to be able to go up and down the river channel. The manatees need to be able to reach the springs when it gets really cold. But the dam prevents them from getting to those springs. And of course those springs, a lot of them are underwater. But if we take the portion of the dam out, the springs will come back and they'll be able to use those springs and even go all the way up to Silver Springs again.
FDE is all about empowering people to protect their environment in their own backyard, wherever that may be. Florida is a very big state, a very diverse area, lots of different habitats. These different environments need a lot of different kinds of protection. Coastal protections, springs protections, Everglades protections, and there's only so many resources to go around, so a lot of times the state and these agencies miss something or they don't follow up on things they're supposed to do, so it is the responsibility of people and activists to do what they can.
We work in what we call a coalition, started by Florida Defenders of the Environment. It eventually built this partnership up to be about 40 or 45 individual nonprofit organizations. We know that more people in organizations and expertise you can bring to bear, the more likely you are to be successful in what you're trying to accomplish.
The human resources at FDE is second to none. These experts are well-respected journalists, well-respected scientists, and well-respected lawyers. If you want to be more involved in FDE, go to our website, fladefenders.org, and check out what we do. Find out when our meetings are. They're open to the public. You're welcome to come. You can be a member, or you can just donate if you don't have the time, but we would love to have more people involved.
With any kind of donation to Florida Defenders, and you can donate right off our website, you will get twice a year a copy of the Monitor. You will get on our MailChimp lists, which means you'll get notices of all of our activities. Bob Graham had this statement that we have to continue to fight for what's the best of our state, and the best of our state is the natural state.
1,000 people a day are moving into Florida. We're fast growing, lots of land development. The threat to encroachment on public lands is ever present.
Florida's environment might be the most important environment in the entire world. I honestly believe that. We are a biodiversity hotspot. We are a migratory path for birds and insects, butterflies. And if we lose Florida as a place where creatures of great and small size can live, then there will be a chain effect to the rest of the country, the rest of the world. Without the healthy water, healthy air that comes from having a healthy environment, the species will be lost, people will suffer as well. And we're really pushing it to the limits today with the amount of pressures on the environment, and it always coming second. All of FDE is looking to make sure we protect the places that need to be protected and even restore the places that have been lost.